Welcome back everyone to some more F1 2021 My Team career mode on this channel. We're heading into the Hungarian Grand Prix this time out. Of course, today is also a very important day because we are entering contract renewals with our teammates. Can we sign Senna again, or are we going to look elsewhere? You'll have to wait and see. Hint, hint. I think we're gonna stay, but it is what it is. Let's see what happens in this episode, and let's move on with the Hungarian Grand Prix, hoping for some good points today. Before we continue though, just want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that red subscribe button down below is pressed, and hit the notification bell as well so you're notified when I upload next. We got a lot of new viewers coming onto the channel, and it would be nice for you guys to join this community by subscribing and supporting the channel, because it is free after all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and spending the time by clicking on here. And let's move on with the Hungarian Grand Prix. So I had a little bit of a mishap. I accidentally pressed negotiate with teammate and then had to back out, and now we have to wait another day to sign with your boy Senna. But let's take a look at a driver market for a moment. Who can we sign right now with 24 mil in the bag? I mean, pretty much everyone is up for grabs. Valtteri Bottas and down, I believe. We could sign Max Verstappen if we wanted to. 24.1 million market value. I think we're going to stick with Senna. He's been doing pretty well. Let's take a look at the standings and his results so far. I mean, he's had 3 podiums so far, of which one is a P1 finish. Had 2 DNFs, unfortunate for him. And then he had 2 out of top 10 position finishes. I think he is doing pretty well, staying on level terms with me, so I think we want to keep him on board. Also, considering we are really pushing for the constructors this time out, so we are 3rd and just 8 points behind AlphaTauri, so I think I want to stay with him, so we'll sign him at the next available opportunity. Here we go. Let's enter talks with Senna. Let's approach him. Okay, offer accepted. We're going to go for the medium risk offer, which is 13.25. Let's see if he accepts. He signs for the rest of the season. Very nice. So hopefully he can bring in some good performances in the remainder of the season. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look at the progress history. Ooh, look at Aston Martin overtaking Alpine and Williams. They are just behind AlphaTauri. I would think that they're going to make a couple more development upgrades and push closer towards the McLaren. But yeah, things are looking static up top, and Aston Martin are just cutting their way through the field right now with their R&D upgrades. So let's see how this progresses. With 10 mil or so still remaining, I'm gonna chuck some money into fabrication in the aerodynamics. Just to get some of these other elements in before the end of the season, because I think there will be a regulation change which will impact our car for the next season, so we'll see how that works out. Alright, it's time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I am not very confident on this track, so practice is going to be a little difficult, but we'll persevere through it and hopefully we'll have a good race weekend. Let's see if we can keep making points to push in the championship. I'll be honest with you guys, I despise this circuit with a living passion. Practice was overall a very poor performance. We were very slow during practice programs. FP1, I struggled to even get any greens in any of the practice programs. So I did lower the difficulty a tad bit down to 95 and tried them, and it just didn't work out either after that. So FP3 was around 95 difficulty. I just can't find the time. I really lose out time in sector 3, and I think after the chicane in sector 2, I just lose a lot of time. I dip down into the reds on Delta, and then I just can't get out. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I am trying to slow down the car a lot sooner and then accelerating out of corners, and still I lose a lot of time. So I just don't know. I think it has something, I mean, it's got to have something to do with my driving ability and my driving style, but it is what it is. We're moving on into qualifying. I am a little optimistic because qualifying is wet. We have full wet condition, I believe.
Okay, with conditions as they are, suggest you take a set of full wets.
Yeah, so Jeff just says we need to take a full wet. and it seems like it's not letting off anytime soon either, so it's going to be full wet for most of the session, I believe. We'll take a look. We'll see. Let's see if we can get out of Q1 after this weather debacle. Okay. How's my first lap? Let's see. P3. Okay, the rain has helped us. The wet weather makes the AI poo themselves. So I am setting some competitive lap times despite my very poor performance in Hungary. I'm aborting the lap. It's not good enough. I don't have that much grip after the dirty air of Tsunoda is causing problems for me. We'll just go into the pits and let's see where we sit. I think we should be through in top 10, I think. We'll see. Indeed, we maintain our P3. Max Verstappen with a 125.2 in the lead. Senna just behind us, so we both make it out. A very rare situation, but yeah, the rain really did help us out here. Raikkonen, Latifi, Eilish, Schwartzman, Aitken, Mazepin, the usual suspects, minus Kimi Raikkonen. George Russell makes it through in P12, but yeah, we're looking good. Let's see what happens in Q2. Charlie, I'm in for a good lap here. Let's see. P4. Rain is really good for us here. Let's see if we can improve on it to solidify our position in Q3. Oh, 3/10 improved. Let's see how high. P1. Attaboy, Sue. Attaboy. We're going back in. We're done. Hey, P1 maintained. 124.9 was the fastest. 1/10 slower was Max Verstappen. Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, and Senna up in P6. Okay, good. Tsunoda, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Russell, Stroll, and Schumacher get knocked out. Let's see where we place after the shootout in Q3. Okay, let's see. Q3, P3. Okay. Wonder if we can improve on it. Oh, how? I was right there. Well, it's P3 because we crossed the line as soon as qualifying ended. Well, we'll take it. Best starting grid position, I believe. This is the highest we've ever achieved, thanks to the rain. P3 for us, P7 for Ayrton Senna. Let's see if we can make good positions on race day, and hopefully we can get the podium.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. Historically, a good race for first victories with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the first time here. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Now, can I talk to you about Pierre Gasly? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have the Golden Boy, Perez, Pierre Gasly and Sainz, Senna, Bottas, Hamilton and Lando Norris, Tsunoda, Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi and Russell, Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Kimi Raikkonen and Callum Islands, Schwartzman, Aitken, Mazepin and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
All right. Wet qualifying has really helped us out here in P3. I did lower the difficulty, by the way, because I don't want to make this video too boring, you know. But yeah, we're running like 98, I believe, 98 AI. Let me think of the strategy. Medium to softs, do you think? Maybe. All right, we'll do that, and we'll drop our fuel load to 43.5 kilograms, sure. And let's get going. Yeah, I want it to be more competitive. You guys want to see a better video, and that's why I lowered it a bit. Hope you guys are okay with that. 5 red lights and off we go. Shocking start. Absolutely shocking start. I stalled. I literally stalled, mate. Oh my god. Back up to P3. Okay, P3. I am so poor on this track, so let's see if I can really make up for lost time there. Okay, lap 1 done. Oh, I nearly smashed my car in there. That took me by surprise for a moment. Okay, we're still competitive with Leclerc and Verstappen. 2 OP drivers.
DRS is being enabled this
Okay,
lap.
DRS enabled.
When you are within 1 second of the car ahead.
We're outside DRS.
zone.
Outside DRS of Leclerc. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of time, you see, in Sector 2 and 3. I don't know how I can make that better. No matter how hard I try. Driver behind.
Bottas behind. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:16.0.
You see, that's how bad I am on this circuit. Leclerc's a full 2 seconds ahead. Verstappen at 3.7 ahead. Everyone's on a 1 stop. But I'm wondering what tire they're going to. Everyone's on mediums, is probably going to go into the hards if my prediction is correct. Unless everyone has major ultimate tire wear upgrade, excuse me. Then they may move on to the softs like I am. But I highly doubt it because AI likes to use the hards. That was a fumble and a half for me. Despite lowering the difficulty, look at that. I am so poor on this circuit. Bottas is trying to push. I am struggling. Dude, I tried everything. I watched TRL Limitless do a hot lap around here, tried to practice that. I watched Nico Rosberg's Hungary explained video, and yet I'm still this poor. Corner bloody hell, I don't care. Slowly catching Leclerc, set up best personal. Going in a little later than expected apparently. 11 more laps on these tires. Max Verstappen and Leclerc are still going strong on the mediums as well. So I'm wondering if they're gonna move on to softs instead of hards. We'll see. I have a feeling Max Verstappen might go for softs.
Gap to car in front is 2.5 seconds.
If I can't beat Max Verstappen and Leclerc on lower difficulty AI than what I'm used to playing for career mode, I'm an absolute fraud. Sue's a fraud, breaking news. But yeah, this circuit is definitely my Achilles heel, my bane of existence. Not quite sure where I'm losing time. I mean, I know where I'm losing time, but it doesn't seem to be all too bad, you know, compared to Leclerc and Verstappen ahead of me. I am staying quite competitive, so I'm not quite sure where I need to improve to really push on them.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
Oh, Verstappen and Leclerc in the pits. Verstappen on a hard. I think Leclerc's also on hard. Esteban Ocon's out. Okay. Hard compound tire runners are pitting now. I still have about 8 laps to go on these. Let's see if I can build a big enough gap to Verstappen and Perez. No, Verstappen and Leclerc. I forget, is the undercut stronger here or is it the overcut? Not quite sure. Setting personal best lap times on very old mediums, but I still can't get the fastest lap, which I believe is a 1:15.0 set by Max Verstappen on the new hards. I wonder if we move on to the sauce, we will be able to beat that.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
Made it up to Mazepin. If I am very slow on this circuit, that guy must be super slow. He's about to get lapped by one of the worst Hungary drivers, aka me. Oh, I'm slip and sliding. So these tires are dead. We're entering the pit lanes at the end of this lap for new rubber. Weather report.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Alright, we're going in. So, rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes. How will that impact us? I mean, even if we're on the softs, it should be good for semi-wet weather. 2.5, bummer. We're right behind Leclerc.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Alright, we got 3.8 seconds to make up against Leclerc. Now, if rain does come, I should be at an advantage because I have the soft compound tires on. they're a lot better in the wets than the hards. So let's see if this strategy really pays off to get us the win. Carlos Sainz just constantly putting in fastest laps. I got Slipstream, DRS, ERS, 113.7 fastest lap. Got Leclerc here. Got DRS. Let's chase down Verstappen. Let's see if we can do it. I got my honor on the line. Not to be called a fraud.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Okay, first drops in the next few minutes, so maybe this lap or the next. If the wet weather hits, Max Verstappen's going to lose a lot of time, I'm assuming.
Gap to teammate behind is
Let's see if we can do it.
16.8 seconds.
Senna's in the top 10. Nice. New contract, and he's proving himself already. Nice, nice, nice. But the real question is, can I achieve P1 by the end of this Grand Prix? First drops of rain are falling right now. And I think I see the rear end of Max Verstappen right ahead. I see a glimmer of him. Come on, rain. Drop faster, buddy. Drop faster. Come on. 3.5 seconds to make up till Max Verstappen. Oy. I wonder if it's going to turn into wet weather conditions for the final couple laps. Maybe even the final lap. Because then I want to really push on the softs. Ah, Max Verstappen just got ahead. Shame. P2 for us. Final lap coming up. Of course, Max Verstappen's going to pump the ERS out of the car. Rain is coming down though. It's not going to be too bad for him though. He's going to win it. Ah, that's a shame. Real shame. We gotta drive until the fat lady sings though, just to be on the safe side. I thought the rain could help us out today, but sadly no. The rain doesn't come soon enough for us to get Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen wins, we'll take a P2.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
It's victory in Budapest then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Well done, Max Verstappen. He was just that much faster than us. We tried our best to catch up to him, but to no avail. We just missed out. Just barely missed out on that. Well, good for him. P2 is good for us, but of course we lowered the difficulty, but I'm happy. Well, I think we can all agree Sue is a fraud after today's video. But anyway, Max Verstappen wins fast, or doesn't win the fastest lap. We lose the fastest lap to George Russell. Oh my god. I thought I had it. But anyway, Max Verstappen, myself, and Bottas are on the podium. Leclerc, Senna, Perez, Gasly, Hamilton, Giovinazzi, and Norris round out the points. Tsunoda, Sainz, Schumacher, Russell, Schwartzman, Stroll, Eilert, Aiken, Raikkonen, Latifi, and Mazepin round out the finishers, with Esteban Ocon not finishing the race today. What a feat from the Williams driver, George Russell, to get fastest lap, which is quite bizarre. I guess if you lower the difficulty a little bit by a tiny margin, the Williams gets to score some, fastest lap points. But of course, outside the top 10, so he doesn't score those points today. But here we are, moving up in the table. No, not really. We stay in P4 and P5 respectively for myself and Senna. 128 points for me, so we're just, 14 points behind Perez, 42 points behind Max Verstappen, who wins the Grand Prix today, so he extends that gap a tad bit. Constructors wise, we're in P2. We overtake AlphaTauri, I believe, 225 points to our name. We're 87 points away from Red Bull, and we have another half of the season remaining, so we should be able to catch up to them if we... Yeah, we should be able to catch up to them, I think, if we really put in some good laps and good Grand Prix results. Well, Hungary is a very difficult track for us, and I think it shows how difficult it is for us. We got lucky, very lucky, during qualifying to be qualifying in full wet conditions. We put on a dry setup for the car to prepare for the Grand Prix weekend, so this race itself, because it wasn't dry, but I did very well to get P3 for qualifying and entering Q3 in general, so that was good. It's a bit of a shame that we couldn't get P1 after trying another flying lap, but we just about crossed the line when the timer ended, so that was a bit of a shame that I couldn't get another lap done in qualifying. But overall in the race, I think we did pretty well considering how much of a struggle we have on this circuit. Hungary, I just don't know. Yeah, that's all I can say. I just don't know how to get faster on a pad. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. I dropped the difficulty a tad bit, and hopefully it made up for a better race experience. I was expecting more battles and overtakes, but I don't know, it just didn't happen. A bunch of the AI drivers just got stuck together, and then I was stuck in the front with Max Verstappen and Leclerc for the longest time. Overtook them, and then I had my soft tire stint where I overtook Leclerc and then regained my control really in P2 and then ended it there. But anyway, it was a good race. It was a good Grand Prix result. We keep pushing in the next episode, which will be the Belgian Spa-Francorchamps circuit, which we are very strong at. So I'm going to bump up the difficulty again for that one. Hopefully we can have a good race. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe using the red button down below. Hit the notification bell as well so you're notified when I upload next. More F1 2021 My Team content is going up on the regular actually. So please do consider subscribing to stay in the loop and also to join the community that we're trying to build here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for spending the time to visit this channel and this video. Please take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video of mine.
On sleeping, you're so pretty, every day I'm thinking, baby, could you help me, 'cause I'm free.